Hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host, Wally, and today we are on the Texas Tropical Trail, taking a look at some of my favorite Texas border towns. Now, here in the border towns, it is surrounded by the brush country, and this is your typical scenery as you're driving down all those tiny little towns on 183. Highway 83, I mean. And if you're going south, right along the Rio Grande, you come across El Cenizo. Here you can get pretty close to the Rio Grande, and there it is, the majestic Rio Grande. I'm always amazed to see it. It looks so tranquil and nice and everything. Next, we have Rio Bravo, which are right next to each other. El Cenizo and Rio Bravo, they share some of the same history. They were both colonias established to help some of the poorer residents find a place to live, and they eventually became cities of their own. And that's how life is, and they're both right next to the Rio Grande, which is pretty awesome. This is my favorite awesome view of the Rio right here, because you can get pretty close to it. There's a little park up on the bluffs, and you can look down and see Mexico right across. Isn't the Mexico beautiful? Plus, there's this perfect little island there in the middle, which is kind of cool. It's my favorite little island. And here's my other favorite view of the Rio Grande. On Highway 83, there's a little rest stop on top of the hill, and you get to see that both countries pretty much look the same on either side. Same biodomes, biospheres, biodiversity, everything. Same plants, same animals on both sides. Same people, too. So, you get a chance to stop here, take a rest, take it all in, and see both countries. Then we reach San Ignacio, which is a small town of 667 people. But if you roam around, you get to see some pretty interesting history. A lot of these buildings still have the same old stone structures from back then. It's a pretty old town, started in 1830. Some of those buildings date back to that time. There's a Trevino Oribe Ranch, which has really thick walls, which also served as a fortress of sorts. So when the Comanches would come raiding, all the townsfolk would go into the rancho and hide out and be able to avoid the Comanches and their raidings and everything like that and be safe. We also still have the Our Lady of Refugio Church, started by the Oblates, and it's still there functioning right across the plaza where you get to see some of the traditional Mexican plaza like stuff. Then we have Zapata, named after the famed revolutionary Jose Antonio Zapata, who led part of the armies during the Republic of the Rio Grande. And Zapata actually has a pretty cool museum you should definitely go check out. You get to learn a lot about history of the border area. They even recreated this little place where you can go and take photos of. It used to be in the old Zapata, but it got replaced because they had to move to higher ground because of the Falcon Dam. Plus, there's this weird little tacky souvenir place you should definitely check out. It's got all these cool little oddities and gifts. So if you're in the area, make sure to go visit it, give it some love, and buy a little something here and there. Keep traveling south and you reach Falcon State Park. Falcon State Park was created when the Falcon Reservoir was created. It flooded several small cities. Some of them had to move to higher ground. So it was kind of a sad event, but at the same time, it also provided hydroelectric power to a lot of the people in the area. And it helped stem some of the flooding that used to occur on a regular basis. So now it's a state park. You get to come here, enjoy some of the water, enjoy some fishing, enjoy some camping. Next, we have Roma, Texas, which is part of the World Birding Sites here in South Texas. These Roma Bluffs overlook the Rio Grande, and you can see, what's the town called again? I think it's San Miguel de Allende. I'm not sure. I was close. It was San Miguel de Alemán. There it is, Mexico. Same birds, same trees, same species, same people. only a river dividing them. But this birding center here is probably the smallest of all the 9 different sites, but this is the most historic out of all of them. So if you're taking a look at them, definitely stop by here, see some of the plants, see some of the natural flora and fauna, and then definitely take a look around town and get to see some of the old buildings and read some of the history. There's a lot of history behind it, so if you get a chance, definitely come here, check out some of the buildings, and learn about the past. We keep following Highway 83, we reach Rio Grande City, which if you go to Fort Ringgold, there's this really cool mural that Mr. Alberto Barrera painted in 1948, if I remember correctly. And it pretty much shows, there it is, Alberto Barrera. Pretty much shows the history of Rio Grande City from its ancient origins to now. There's a cool little plaque that commemorates all of that. Plus, if you go by City Hall, there's a church, and behind the church, you get to see a replica of the grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes Shrine, where the Virgin Mary appeared to some of the girls and prophesied. They have a replica here. You can come. A lot of people who believe keep this place open, keep this place going. There's always candles, there's always stuff going on here, so definitely come check this out, especially if you're into folk religions, because it's pretty cool. Now we're at Los Ebanos, where we can check out the ferry that they have there. It's the last hand-operated ferry in the United States. It's the only place where you can cross from Mexico to the United States and back on a hand-pulled ferry, which is a pretty cool, unique experience. It's how they used to do things back then. Instead of building the boat, instead of building a bridge, they would just sort of get on a boat and cross. And it's pretty cool because you get to help out with all the pulling if you want. Plus, they have this cool little church there. Speaking of cool little churches, Mission, Texas. Here we have La Lomita Chapel, which is one of the earlier chapels built here by the Oblates when they would come and teach all the little ranchitos. This is one of their stopping places, and it's been a pretty cool place to stop by on all my different trips here to the valley. It's historic. It's a cool place to go to, and it's right off of the river, so go check it out. Also, in my travels down here, there was so many cemeteries. There was like 5 cemeteries all within the hour drive from each other. It's pretty weird, but I guess, people do die everywhere. I guess they still continue to die down in the valley, right on the Texas border. And they're all, I guess, on the same street. And I'll tell you more, but that's La Jolla. Everyone hates La Jolla. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot about these Texas border towns. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.